यथा तथा वा विततातुलं पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Translation. Glory to Sri Krishna Sankirtan, congregational chanting of Lord's holy name, which cleanses the thought of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. That Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I have desire beautiful woman, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your costless devotional service birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet, somehow or other, I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord unconditionally. So now I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name, which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated the life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. So once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. We'll move on to the next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all are joining the call today?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vrita Gandharvika Devdasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna Vrita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Balavinda, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Balavanda, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for calling Bhakti Sangha, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to your wonderful services, Mataji. This is Sundarangi Radha Devi Dasi from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna Indulekha Karna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna dear devotees, I welcome all of you. Thank you everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are really fortunate to have His Grace Gaur Vilas Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to hand over the call to Sundarangi Radha Mataji. You can please take over the call for the brief introduction on Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, Mataji. Hare Krishna dear devotees. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Gaur Vilas Prabhu as our speaker today. And here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Prabhuji came to Krishna consciousness in 2004. He earned a MBBS degree from Grant Medical College. Gaur Vilas Prabhuji joined the ashram in 2010 and he was initiated as a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 2012. Prabhuji preaches in various medical and engineering colleges. He also conducts programs for doctors at Bhakti Vedanta Hospital and in corporate environments. He is a teacher of Bhakti Sastri and Bhakti Vaibhava courses. He also conducts congregational programs in Mumbai and Maharashtra. Gaur Vilas Prabhuji has done thorough studies of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. All glories to Prabhuji's all wonderful services. And here was a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, pranams.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for that brief introduction on Prabhuji. So, looks like Prabhuji is yet to join. So if anybody wants to introduce themselves, they can go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shamaguri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna Shamaguri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji Prabhuji is joining in few minutes.
Okay.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji, we can all chant one time for Guru Maharaj health, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association in this Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today, really, we are fortunate to hear from you on this topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I hand over the call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, all the devotees, for this opportunity to serve. Begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimrandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to serve. We are continuing our discussion today from Canto 9, Chapter 4, entitled Maharaj Amrish, offended by Durvasa Muni. Today we are on verse number 67. Mat sevaya pratitam te salokyadi chatushayam naichanti sevaya purna uto anyat kala viplutam. Translation: My devotees who are always satisfied to be engaged in my loving service are not interested even in the four principles of liberation, Salukya, Sarupya, Samitya, Sarishti, although these are automatically achieved by their service. What then is to be said of such perishable happiness as elevation to higher planetary systems? Purport: Sri Bilva Mangal Thakur has estimated the value of liberation as follows: Mukti Swayam Mukulitanjali Sevate Sman Dharmartha Kam Gataya Samaya Pratiksha. Bill Mangal Thakur realized that if one develops his natural devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mukti stands before him with folded hands to offer all kinds of service. In other words, the devotee is already liberated. There is no need for him to aspire for different types of liberation. The pure devotee automatically achieves liberation even without desiring it. Hare Krishna. This is a very beautiful section in which Supreme Lord is demonstrating how much he is controlled by his devotees and how much he loves and respects his devotees. In this chapter and previous chapter, so in this chapter, wonderful story of Ambarish Maharaj is being described. How he was fasting and then Durvasa Muni he offended, and then Durvasa Muni is about to be punished by Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan is chasing Durvasa Muni everywhere. He ran to Brahmaloka, Kailash, and then ultimately Vaikuntha. He fell at the feet of Lord Vishnu. Please protect me from your Sudarshan. And Lord Vishnu, he starts speaking all these wonderful verses. And in this section of series of verses, Supreme Lord is demonstrating how much he respects, how much he values, how much he is controlled by his devotees. Evam sandarshita hi anga harina vrityavashyata svavashena api krishnena yasyedam saishwaram vashe. The controllers of the universe are serving Krishna. They are under the control of Krishna, but Krishna is under the control of his devotees. And that is what he is telling to Durvasa Muni. He tells in so many verses that, "Oh Durvasa Muni, I can't do anything for you. I am completely under the control of my devotees. I am not at all independent. Aham bhakta parahidhino nahi swatantraiva dvijaha." I can't do anything for you because you have offended my devotee. Durvasa says, "Arey, I am also Brahmana. You are Brahmanya Deva." Lord says that for me, Vaishnavas, my devotees, are higher than Brahmanas. What have you given up? Just see my devotees, they have given up everything for me. What have you given up? Ye daragar putra apta pranan vittam imam param tyaktva mam sharanam yata katham tam tyaktum sahe. They have given up their homes, wife, children, riches, relatives, property, everything. They are ready to give up their life for me. What have you given up? You ran away for your life. Just see my devotee Amrish, he's standing at one place. He didn't even move an inch. And in the previous verse, Lord speaks such wonderful example. He says, just like a chaste wife controls a faithful husband, my devotees, they control me. And then Lord Krishna is telling that my devotees, they don't want anything. Actually, this is a definition of pure devotional service. Kapila describes the same thing in the third canto to his mother Devahuti. My devotees, they don't want any of the 5 types of liberation. Salukya, Sarishti, Samipya, Sarupya, Aikatvam, Apyuta, Diyamanam, Nagrahananti, Vinamat, Sevanam, Jana. My devotees, they are engaged in my devotional service and they don't even desire to get liberated. What to speak of impersonal liberation? That is hellish for a devotee. Even personal liberation is not desired if seva is not there. Devotee is interested only in service. Because the happiness of seva is unparalleled. Chaitanya Radas Mui, Chaitanya Radas, Chaitanya Radas, Tar Das Anudas. Advaitacharya is telling, I want to become servant. I'm servant of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because bliss of devotional service, serving Krishna, serving the devotees of Krishna, that is, if you compare that bliss to even Brahma Sukha is insignificant. As Dhruv Maharaj says, as he is getting darshan of Lord, he says, Ya nirvritestanubritam tava pada padma dhyana bhavajjana katha shravanena vasyat sa brahmani swamahimanyapinatamabhut kim tvantaka silulitam patatam vimanat. He says, Oh my Lord, the bliss which I am experiencing in your devotional service, the 2 things, they are giving me unlimited bliss. Tava Pad Padma Dhyan and Bhavajjana Katha Shravan. Meditating on your lotus feet and hearing Hari Katha, hearing your Katha from your devotees. Sa Brahmani, that bliss cannot compare to even Brahmananda. Then what to speak of Swargananda? Swargananda is insignificant. And then what to speak of Jadananda, the bliss, the pleasure of this world, that is not even in question. So therefore, a devotee understands what is valuable for him. And that is what Lord is attracted by. He is not attracted by the externals of a devotee. God is not attracted by the way we put our tilak, the way we wear dhuti kurta nicely or sari or put kanthimala or externals. They don't please the Lord. Lord is pleased by the internals. He is pleased by humble devotion because you can't please the Lord by anything external. Nalam dujatvam devatvam rishitvam va suratmaja prinanayam kundasya na vrittam na bahugyata na danam na tapo na ichya na shausham na vratanicha. You can't please the Lord by any of the externals. Even if somebody is a great rishi or a devata or a wealthy person, Even if somebody is a very knowledgeable, bahugyata, a very charitable person, a person who is expert in doing yajna, na danam, na tapa, na ijja, na shaucha, a person who is very clean, who follows all the vows. Nothing of this pleases the Lord. Lord is pleased only by unalloyed devotional service. That is the real wealth of a devotee, service. And that is what Lord is telling here. Mat sevaya. By being engaged in my devotional service, the devotees, they experience such bliss that they don't even care for liberation. They're not to speak of anything else because they have the real wealth. As practitioners of Krishna consciousness, we should understand what is our real wealth. The wealth of this world, it looks very attractive. It is described in the 11th canto, whatever you do with wealth, 4 things will come. Arthasya sadhane siddhe utkarshe rakshane vyaye nashopabhoga ayashas thrasas chinta brahmonina. Whatever you do with wealth, you enjoy it, you protect it, keep it, increase it, waste it, whatever you do with wealth. 4 things. Ayasha, intense labor. Tras, pain. Chinta, anxiety. Bhram, illusion. The wealth of this world has these characteristics. It brings distress, anxiety, illusion, intense labor. It makes one proud. A person who is not rooted in Krishna consciousness, the wealth of this world will make him proud. When a materialistic person gets wealth, he becomes proud. He's blinded by pride. Vidya tapo vittavapu vayokulai satam gunai shadbira sattametara smritau hatayam vritamana durdisha sabdhana pashyanti hidhama bhuyasam. Lord Shiva is telling to Parvati, Sati, please don't go to your father. He's proud of his opulence. Although Vidya, Tapa, Vapu means a youthful body, Kula, high birth, Vidya, Tapo, Vitta, wealthy person, Vapu, Vayo, Kulai, all these are very wonderful saintly qualities. These are qualities of saintly people. But if these qualities, they manifest in a person who is proud, then he can't respect other saintly people. So wealth of this world, it creates illusion that I am the controller. It makes one commit sinful activities. It's like when Vasishtha, when he was with his Kamdhenu cow and the Vasus, they saw, oh, Vasishtha has a Kamdhenu. Along with the chief of those 8 Vasus, the chief was Dayu. They planned and they stole the cow of Vasishtha. And the result was they were cursed to become the human beings. So anybody who is intoxicated by the wealth, by the opulence of this world, naturally it intoxicates, makes one proud, falls down ultimately. Like Nalkuvar Manigriv, Rudrasya Nacharo Bhutva Sutripto Dhanadatmajo Kailasho Pavane Rammi Mandakinyo Madotpatau Varunim Madiram Pitva Mada Ghurnitalochano Sri Janeranugayadhir Cheratu Pushpitevane. They were associates of Lord Shiva, sons of Kuvera, enjoying in Mandakini Ganga with Apsaras, intoxicated. So that is the situation of a person who is having the wealth of this world. The more one is having the wealth, the more one becomes intoxicated. A devotee is not aspiring for the wealth of this world. A devotee is aspiring for the wealth of Krishna consciousness. That is the rarest of the jewels. This path of spirituality, or especially devotional service, which we have received, this is the rarest of the rare gifts. It is not achieved by any material endeavor. Bhaktya sanjayate bhakti, by some inconceivable good fortune. We have received this wonderful treasure of devotion. And Prabhupada translated bhakti not as devotion but devotional service. Because service, without service, there is no meaning to devotion. It is the rarest of the rare gifts. One of the Prabhupada disciples, Patit Pavan Prabhu, he was telling that in one lecture, Prabhupada gave an example. He gave an analogy. How rare this process of bhakti is. Just imagine that there is a big, big ocean swimming somewhere. And on the surface of the ocean, there is one wooden plank floating with a hole in the middle of this. Once in a year, this turtle comes out of the water, only once. So what are the chances that when this turtle comes out of this water once in a year, his head will enter the hole of that wooden plank, which is floating somewhere in the ocean? It may seem zero, no probability, no chance. Prabhupada said that was our chance to come to Krishna consciousness. But by mercy of devotees, we got this process. So a devotee understands what is the wealth. Our service is our wealth. That's why Lord is emphasizing in this verse, Mat sevaya pratitam te. Those who are engaged in my loving service, they can't trade off with anything. You can't tell a devotee, okay, you stop serving and I'll give you this wealth. Because nothing of this world compares to Krishna consciousness. That's the spiritual treasure. That is the real wealth of a devotee. Just like Pandavas, for them Krishna was their wealth. Yatra dharma suto raja gada pani vrikodara krishno stri gandivam chapam surit krishna tato vipat. Krishna was their well-wisher. They had everything, but the most important thing was Krishna was their well-wisher. And that's why when it comes in first canto, when Krishna was leaving Hastinapur for Dwarka, all the Pandavas, they were really intensely in separation. Because how can somebody bear separation from Krishna? Somebody, if he's attached to a devotee, to get separated from devotee is a very painful thing. How can somebody get separated from Krishna? Satsangan mukta dusango hatum notsahate buddha kirtyamanam yasho yasya sakrit akarnirochanam. Even separation from devotees is unbearable. When we hear devotees, it's like now His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, his health is not good. So we all are intense, pain, praying, separation. So it is described there. It is so very difficult to bear separation from devotees of the Lord. What to speak of somebody who is attached to the Lord? How can he bear separation from the Lord? Kirtyamanam yasho yasya sakrita karne rochanam tasminnastadhya partha saheran viraham katham darshan sparsha sanlapa shayana sanabhojanai. These Pandavas, for them Krishna was their everything. They were doing everything with Krishna. Shayana asana bhojanai. They were dining with Krishna, they are moving around, walking with Krishna, they were talking to Krishna always. It is so very difficult for a devotee who has this treasure. That is a real treasure. The treasure of this world makes one disturbed. Treasure of Krishna consciousness makes one peaceful. Nasti buddhya yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantira ashantasya kuta sukham. 2.66 Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this. If somebody's mind and intelligence is not focused on me, they can never be peaceful. And if somebody is not peaceful, how can he be happy? So the secret of peaceful and happy living is bring this wealth of Krishna. Yat prithivyam vrihi yavam hiranya pashavastriya nalam ekasya tat sarvam iti matvasham brajit. Even if somebody gets the wealth of all the world, prithivyam vrihi, all the food, all the pashavyam, all the animals, all the gold, all the women, still one is not satisfied. There's only one thing which can bring auspiciousness and peace in the life of a person, that is Krishna consciousness. Bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakali ashanta. Devotee is peaceful because he has Krishna with him. Krishna bhakta nishakam, no personal desires. Devotee may be in anxiety, but that anxiety of seva brings him or her closer to Krishna. We are not for peaceful living. Of course, a devotee has a peaceful heart, but devotee takes all the anxiety to serve Krishna. One time, Srila Prabhupada, he was at one place and the devotees had seen a big church in Los Angeles, Watsika Avenue, 2nd Avenue. And they wrote to Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, we have seen this big church. It is very good for our temple. They are selling it. And Prabhupada said, how much they are asking for? He said, Prabhupada, they are asking for $300,000. Prabhupada said, oh, that's a huge amount of money. We don't want to buy anxiety. And devotee said, okay, Prabhupada. And then after some time, Prabhupada, he wrote back, it has big halls? Yes, Prabhupada. Okay, I'm coming next week. We'll go and see. So next week, as Prabhupada landed, immediately he asked, can we go and see that church, that building? He said, yes, Prabhupada. Prabhupada went there and devotees are showing him that this is very nice for temple room, Prabhupada. This is nice for kitchen, brahmachari ashram. And then Prabhupada said, yes, we should buy this. And the other devotee said, Prabhupada, $300,000. We don't want to buy anxiety. So Prabhupada, he banged his fist on the table and said, what is the use of living peacefully without serving Krishna? We have to take all anxiety for serving Krishna. And devotees were smiling. Yes, Prabhupada. So for devotees, they are not for peaceful living. They are peaceful at heart, but they take all the anxiety to serve Krishna. Tomara sevaya dukkha hai jata seyo to parama sukha. Seva sukha dukkha parama sampada nashaya vidya dukkha. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing, oh my Lord, all the troubles, distress I am taking in your service, that is the greatest treasure for me. Because seva sukha dukkha parama sampat, that is our sampatti, that is our wealth. Because that distress will remove the distress of ignorance. So that is how we have to understand what is our real wealth. Our real wealth is not the things of this world. Our real wealth is the wealth of Krishna consciousness. And that is what we have to endeavor to get. When Krishna, he left this world, went back to spiritual world, Arjun, he went to Dwarka to meet Krishna. He understood, realized that Krishna is gone. He was bringing the wives of Krishna back to protect them. On the way, he was attacked by some cowherd men who had simple bow and arrows. And Arjun was the most powerful warrior who had defeated Bhishma, Drona, Karna. And these simple cowherd men with their bow and arrow, they defeated Arjun. Arjun was devastated. He came back and then he told Yudhishthira Maharaj O king, I am bereft of my greatest treasure. Vanchitoham Maharaja Harina Bandhurupina Yena Maya Paritam Tejo Deva Vismapanam Mahat. Because now Krishna is gone, all my powers are gone. I could even astonish devatas by my power. But now everything has become null and void because Krishna has left. I am the same warrior. This is my same Gandiva. I have the same chariot, same horses, but everything is now useless. It is as if somebody puts oblations in ashes. If somebody sows seed in a barren land, if somebody moves a magic wand in the air, nothing will come out. Similarly, now Krishna is gone, my greatest treasure is gone. I have bereft of all my powers. Tadvai dhanushtai shava ratho hayaste soham rathi nipatayas tadanamanti sarvam shanena tadabhuda sadisha riktam bhasmam bhutam kuhakaradham vivaptumushyam. It is all now become waste. So therefore, a devotee is never proud that, oh, I have all these capabilities, I have skills, I have this talent. Everything is given by Krishna. Prabhupada writes in that purport, one should not be proud of the borrowed plumes. Our real wealth is service. And whatever is needed, that will be given to us. One should not be proud. So a devotee, when he understands that this is my real treasure, I'm not interested in the wealth of this world. Although when a devotee practices devotional service nicely, Krishna will give him all the wealth of this world if he likes. He will give facilities, he'll give resources, he will make the devotees famous. But a devotee, if he starts thinking that this is the real benefit of devotional service, then he is gone. The real treasure is the chance to glorify Krishna, chance to serve Krishna. That's the real treasure of devotees. Other things which come by the practice of devotional service, they should not be given much importance. Use them in Krishna's service. Ekantalabham vachaso nupumsam sushlokamole gunavadamahu. Ekantalabh, the only benefit of a devotee is Shushlokamole gunavadamahu, the chance to glorify the name, form, pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the only wealth. That's the only thing which devotees desire. They desire only for service. Because the service to the Supreme Lord, service to the devotees, that is the rarest of the rare treasures. When we serve the Lord and serve the devotees of the Lord, the knowledge becomes realization. As Vidurji tells Maitreya Muni, oh Maitreya Muni, you have given me so much of wonderful instructions, so many instructions and wonderful knowledge. My knowledge will become realization by serving you. Otherwise, it will become bereft of the meaning. Artha bhavam vinishchitya pratitasyapi natmanaha yajjapi ushmacharana sevayaham paramute. By serving the devotees of the Lord, our knowledge becomes realization. It is a rare treasure. It is not that service to pure devotees is rare. Even service to sadhak bhakta is rare. Durapa hyalpa tapasa seva vaikuntha vartamasu. Seva vaikuntha vartamasu means those who are on the progressive path of liberation. They have not yet purified themselves. They are on the path. Their service is also rare. So service to the Lord, service to the devotees of the Lord, it is a rare treasure. And if we don't value it, then it will be taken away. That's why all the devotees, they ask for seva. Parikshit Maharaj is asking, "Oh my Lord, oh great sages, now I'm about to leave my body in 7 days. All of you, please keep singing the glories of Krishna. And if I have to come back in this world, I have 3 desires. Let me have attraction for the Supreme Lord. Let me serve the devotees, and let me have mercy to all the living entities. Punasya bhuyad bhagavati anante rati prasangasya tadashrayeshu mahatsuyamyam upayami srishte maitrastu sarvatra namo dujebhya Vaishnav seva nam ruchi jivadaya." The more we practice this Krishna consciousness, the more we understand the value of what we have received. After all, our practices are to make us realize what we have received already. It is not that we will receive something extra by our practice of devotional service. Only thing which will happen is we will realize what we have received, and then we'll value it, and we'll take it seriously, and we'll chant properly. We have already received the highest. The chance to glorify the name of Krishna, chant the name of Krishna is the highest treasure. To serve Krishna, serve the devotees of Krishna is the highest treasure. We have already received it. What we have to do is we have to understand the value of what we have received. Otherwise, our wicked material mind will always tell, it is not so urgent. Yes, you have to chant, you have to serve, but slowly. Itni bhi kya jaldi? You don't have to be in such urgency. For non-devotees, material energy, Maya Devi says, never take to Krishna consciousness. It is useless. For devotees, Maya Devi says, you have to take to Krishna consciousness, but from tomorrow. You have to be serious from tomorrow. Today, you are so very busy. You can't do all these seva today. You have to do, but tomorrow. That's how expert Maya Devi is. She knows our weaknesses. She knows us more than we know ourselves. So the whole process of Krishna consciousness, by our hearing Bhagavatam, by our going to yatra, associating with devotees, this is to make us realize the importance of what we have received. Maya Devi is herself telling Haridas Thakur that I received Ram Nam Diksha from Lord Shiva earlier. Now I want Krishna Nam Diksha from. Maya Dasi Prema Mage Ite Ki Vismay Sadhu Kripa Nama Bina Prema Na Janmay. Maya Devi is becoming disciple of Haridas Thakur. She is asking, please give me love of God. Sadhu Kripa Nama Bina Prema Na Janmay. Unless we serve the devotees and get their blessings, unless of this prema. And if after getting this wonderful practice of bhakti, if somebody doesn't achieve perfection, then it is unfortunate. Chaitanya avatare bahe prema amrita vanya sabajiva preme bhase prithvi hoila dhanya ye vanya ye jena bhase sei jiva char koti janme kabhutar nahi kanistar. Maya Devi is saying Mahaprabhu has brought this river of love of God. He wants to drown the entire universe in this. If somebody does not take advantage of this, he's unfortunate. So this path of Krishna consciousness which we have received, it is such a rare path. Service to devotees, it is a rare service. It is a rare chance. So therefore, when we give up the desire for the opulence of this world, then Krishna gives us the opulence of his lotus feet. There are only 2 things in this world, lust and love. If we don't develop love for Krishna, then we will lust after the things and people of this world. And that is what we are doing since so many lifetimes. Somehow in this life, by mercy of devotees, by mercy of Prabhupada, by mercy of Mahaprabhu, we have understood, at least we have understood theoretically, that sense gratification will never give me happiness. Theoretically, we have understood, but still our mind says, thoda chalta hai. I know sense gratification will not give happiness, but I should do it a little bit now. Therefore, a devotee prays, Kamadinam katina katitha palita durnidesha tesham jata maina karuna natrapanopasanti. Prabhupada would quote this many times. Oh my Lord, I have served my senses, my anarthas for many, many lifetimes. Katina katitha. But they are so ungrateful masters. Tesham jata maina karuna natrapanopasanti. They have not given me relief. No retirement benefit, no peace. Utsrijayatanathayadupate. In this life, oh my Lord, I have given up service to my senses. Tvamayataha sharanam. I have come to your shelter, oh my Lord, please accept me. So when a devotee gives up the desire for material opulence of this world, that does not mean a devotee becomes beggar. Krishna is akinchana vittaya. What is the meaning of akinchana vittaya? That doesn't mean he's dear to those who are beggars. This akinchana, it is not having no possessions. It means no possessive mentality. A devotee may be a billionaire, but he or she understands that this is not mine. This is Krishna's property. It is kept in my care and I'll use it in Krishna's service. That is called as akinchanatvam. Akinchana doesn't mean one becomes beggar. A devotee does not desire material opulence for one's own sense gratification. A devotee desires material opulence to serve Krishna. And when that desire is there, then Krishna, he gives real opulence of his own lotus feet. That lotus feet is such rare. Even Lakshmi Devi is desiring to have the lotus feet of the Lord. The dust of the lotus feet of the Lord is so very rare. That's why in Kaliya, he got the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna danced on 1,000 hoods of Kaliya and broke them. And all the Nagapatnis, they were earlier thinking it is nice that our husband will be killed now because he is so sinful. But then they saw that, oh, our husband has developed repentance. They immediately ran and asked forgiveness from Krishna. Krishna, please forgive our husband. We don't know what austerities this Kaliya has performed that he has received dust of your lotus feet. Kasyanubhavusya na deva vidmahe tavangriredam sparashadhikara yadvanchaya shri lalanacharat-tapo vihaya kama suchiradhritavrata. Even Lakshmi is doing tapasya. She is not getting dust of your lotus feet. And Kaliya, he got wholesale dust. What austerity he has done. That is the real treasure, the opulence of lotus feet of the Lord. Because the lotus feet of the Lord destroys the ignorance of the heart. Karmashayam grathitam udgrathayanti. All the materialistic desires are uprooted from the heart when one engages in devotional service. Otherwise, it is not so easy to uproot the material desires. They are deep-rooted. And only by the practice of devotional service, only by hearing the glories of Krishna, one can uproot these deep-rooted material desires. They are like hard knots in the heart. We cannot open them. We have to cut them. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. With a sword of knowledge, one has to cut this knot of material attachment. Yad anudhyasina yukta Karma granthi nibandhanam chindanti kovidastasya kona yuryat katharatim. Only by katha of the Lord, only by bhakti, this knot of heart can be cut. So why somebody will leave service and ask for things of this world? Why somebody will desire wealth of this world? Why somebody will desire wealth of heaven or Brahman? They are insignificant. So the more we understand the value, the more we will do it properly. And how to understand this value of what we have received with whatever faith, whatever detachment we have, begin from there and endeavor. Although all these things, they look very far off for us. Some of us may be thinking, Prabhuji, you are saying so big things, and where am I? My only ecstasy is when my 16th mala counter goes down. That's the only thing which attracts me. And you are speaking all these things. Yeah, we may be far off, but we should not give up. We have to begin the process with whatever we have. Whatever faith we have, whatever detachment we have, begin the process with eagerness, with intense prayers, attentive, not wasting time. In this Adhik Mas, many devotees, they do different things. Just ended yesterday, that Adhik Mas. One devotee was asking me, Prabhuji, in this Adhik Mas, I could not do anything much. Can you please tell me what should I do at the last day of Adhik Mas? Last day only. So I told that bhakti is not a crash course. It is not a one-day affair. Krishna doesn't see what we do occasionally. Krishna sees what we do regularly. Consistency pleases the Lord more than brilliant flashes of devotion. So if somebody thinks that Adhik Mas is there, I'll do some extra devotion and then after that I'll compensate. Thoda kam kar lenge. Krishna is not so much impressed by one-time devotion. It is not a crash course. You cannot cheat Krishna. We cannot bargain. We cannot do business with Krishna. Of course, we can do business. If we do business with Krishna, Krishna will also do business with us only. If we think I'll do some extra chanting in Adhik Mas and then I will get extra devotion, Krishna will only give that much. Extra, little extra, whatever we have done. And what is our extra? We know what is our value of chanting, what is our quality of chanting. By our extra mala, what we will achieve with our quality of chanting which we are doing. So Krishna will give us only that much. But if we are sincerely endeavoring, then Krishna is pleased by our sincere endeavors. Swamatu Swennagatraya Visrishta Kavarasraja Drishtva Parishramam Krishnam Kripaya Sit Swabandhani. When Krishna saw his mother really sweating in Kartik, in Vrindavan, to sweat is not so easy. It is so cold. Swennagatraya, Yashodama's entire body is full of sweat. Her hairs are getting disarrayed, flowers are falling. Drishtva Parishramam. When Krishna saw the endeavor of Mother Yashoda, he agreed to be bound. So therefore, we should understand there is no shortcut in Krishna consciousness. There are no back doors. Of course, Prabhupada said, oh, you just catch my dhoti, I will take you from the back door. We should not make these statements as our mission statements. हम तो backdoor से ही जाने वाले. Jai Prabhupada. These statements are to inspire devotees when they are in their low phases of bhakti, to encourage them, to inspire them to continue. But they should not be made as our mission statement. Okay, we will do little, thoda, slow bhakti, and then we'll go back. No, it is not that. It is not that easy. Because the path of Krishna consciousness, although it is the easiest one, but still it is the most difficult. Because to please Krishna, it is not so easy. We may get things of this world. By our endeavors, we can get things of this world. By bhakti, Krishna will give whatever material we want. Krishna yadi chute bhakte bhukti mukti diya, kabu Krishna prem na den rakhe na lutaiya. He'll give everything of this world. You want sense gratification? Take it. You want mukti? Take it. Bhakti, oh, he'll not give so easily. Because as in this section, Krishna is describing, Lord is describing that I become controlled by my devotees. Sat Sriya Sat Patim Yatha. So I'm really careful whom to give pure love. Because if somebody gets pure love, he can misuse it. If he's not good in his consciousness, then I'm in trouble. So Krishna is really careful. Bhakti is Sudarlabha. So we have to endeavor to the best of the capacity. We should take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And the more we take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet by chanting, by reading, by serving, we'll be purified. Then we'll be eager for this wealth of Krishna. Ei Antalila Sar Sutra Madhya Visatar Kari Kichu Karilu Vivaran Iha Madhya Marijabe Varnitena Paritabe Ei Lila Bhakta Ganadhan. Kaviraj Goswami, in the beginning of Madhya Lila, he gives the summary of Antya Lila. Why he is doing that? No author does this. Nobody reveals the suspense, what is going to come in future. Eyante Lila Sar Sutra Madhya Visatar. I have described everything in synopsis. Why? Because I am so old. My limbs are trembling. I can't see anything properly. I can't hear properly. I can't remember properly. I don't know when I'll die. I can die anytime. And if I die before writing Antalila, it will be a loss for the devotees because Ei Lila Bhakta Gana Dhan. This is a treasure for devotees. This Bhagavatam is a treasure for devotees. Chaitanya Charitamrit is the treasure for devotees. You should be eager to acquire more and more treasure. That's why Srila Prabhupada has written all these wonderful books. Sleepless nights he has spent writing these books. You should spend time reading them at least. At least for some minutes every day. So he's saying, oh, if I'll get time, if Krishna, Mahaprabhu shows mercy, I will write more. Otherwise, okay, at least something I give. That's why Srila Prabhupada gave this Krishna book, because he was thinking, I may not survive to write all the 10th canto. And if somebody gets the wealth of Krishna consciousness, then what happens? One becomes free from shoka, moha, and bhaya. Yasyam Vaishruyamanayam Krishne Param Purushe Bhaktir Utpadyate Pumsam Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. If somebody has the wealth of Krishna, then all the calamities of this world cannot create bhaya. Any loss cannot create lamentation. Anything they acquire, it will not create illusion. Shoka, moha, and bhaya. A devotee understands that whatever is happening, it is happening by the will of the Lord. When Chitraketu was cursed by Mother Parvati, he humbly bowed down and asked forgiveness from Parvati. And he said, "Oh Mother, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to insult Lord Shiva. But if you felt, because you felt offended, I am asking forgiveness." Guna pravahaye tasmin kashyapa kah anugraha kah swarga narkah kova kim sukham dukkhame bhava. What is heaven? What is hell? What is happiness? What is distress? These are all waves. They come, they go. We all suffer our own misdeeds. Fearless. And Lord Shiva, after Chitraketu left, Lord Shiva told Parvati, you saw the glories of devotees of Lord Narayan? They are fearless. Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bibhyati. That's the result of this wealth. Fearless. So therefore, we should try to get this wealth. This is the only wealth we have. The wealth of service, wealth of Krishna Katha, wealth of Chaitanya Leela. Chaitanya Leela Ratnasar, Swarupera Bhanda, Teho Thuila Rapana, Thera Kante. Chaitanya Leela is like Ratnasar. It is the jewel. And Swarup Damodar Goswami, he wrote all that in his Karcha, in his diary. And Swarup Damodar Goswami told all this to Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami on the bank of Radha Kundi was speaking Chaitanya Leela, and Kaviraj Goswami heard this. Taha kichu aishinilu, taha iha vistarilu, bhakta gana dilu ei bhete. This is the gift which acharyas are giving to us. The wealth of Krishna consciousness, the wealth of Krishna Leela, Chaitanya Leela. That's a mercy. This is the real treasure. Kaviraj Goswami himself says, all the Brajvasis, they gave me the wealth of instructions. Our wealth is the instructions of devotees. Payayara agya dhan brajera vaishnavagan bandotara mukhya haridas. All the Brajvasis, they told me, please write Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's later pastimes. That is the real wealth. This is agya dhan. The instructions which we get from our superiors, that is our treasure. Sometimes it looks like agya gun. Why you are only shooting at me all those instructions? So many other devotees are there. Tell them. But that is our real wealth. If our superiors have trusted us and given us some instructions, that is our real wealth. And if we don't endeavor for this wealth, then everything else is useless. Prataparudra Maharaj, he was the king of entire Odisha. He had everything. But he, by the mercy of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he developed such devotion into Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He told Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, can you please arrange my audience with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he went and requested Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, I can't meet this king. He is a Vishayi, he is a king. I cannot meet him. I am a renunciant. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told this to Prataparudra, he was in such anxiety. Tara pratigya more nadive darshan, more pratigya tara bina chhadi bajivan. Oh, Mahaprabhu has taken a pratigya, he has taken a vow that he will not give me darshan. I also take a vow. More pratigya tara bina chhadi bajivan. I'll give up my life. Yadi say Mahaprabhu na pai kripadhan, kiba rajya kiba deha sabo akaran. If I don't get the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what's the use of my life? What is the use of my kingdom? It is all waste. So that is the mood of a devotee. By getting all the wealth of the world, if the wealth of seva is not there, if wealth of bhakti is not there, it is all shrame bhi kevalam. So we have to learn to invest in getting this wealth. Otherwise, everything else, it is temporary. And the more we endeavor, the more we go closer to Krishna consistently. We have to practice consistently, because it is not an easy path. We have to keep on reminding ourselves, keep on reading the wonderful pastimes of the devotees of the Lord, how much they value this process of Krishna consciousness. The more we hear, the more we are reminded of. We all are unintelligent souls. We tend to forget Kali Yuga people. We have to remind ourselves again and again, because in every Bhagavatam class, we rarely hear something new. After we have spent a few years in Krishna consciousness, we know all the stories, we know all the pastimes, we know all the jokes also. So nothing new. But still we hear every day to remind us. We remind ourselves, because we tend to forget. We tend to take things cheaply. We tend to take things for granted. Okay, ठीक है, आराम से, we'll do it आराम से, slowly. We don't have to become pure devotee in one day. We'll go slowly. You go ahead. You become pure devotee. I will come later. But when you see some devotees who are really serious, sincere, associate with them, then we also develop that desire. Okay, I should do it properly. Because path of bhakti we have received, but to become perfect, that is a long way. It is a long way. So we have to be patiently endeavoring. If we are not patient, we may miss it. We may leave the process in between. We have to be patient with ourselves. We can't demand too much out of our practice of bhakti. Slowly we will go ahead. And we should not have utopian expectations by our practice of bhakti. In 1 week, I think my anger should go. 2 weeks, greed. 3 weeks, lust. And 4th week, I'm a pure devotee. It may not happen so easily. It may take decades or maybe lifetimes if we are not careful. So we have to give our full and be patient. Then, and depend on the Lord. Whatever the Lord desires for us. Never become impatient. Never give up. Never feel dejected, depressed. Never feel, this bhakti is not for me, it seems. I will not advance. I will not go back to Godhead in this life. That is not our job to think. Our job is, am I chanting properly? Am I serving properly? Am I reading Gita Bhagavad properly? What are my desires? What are my inclinations? Am I trying to transform them? That is in our hand. When we work on what is in our hand, Krishna will work on what is not in our hand. So that's how it is. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this very wonderful, inspiring session on Krishna consciousness to inspire us and to continue with our sadhana. Thank you, Prabhuji. I request Pitambar Prabhu, you can first ask your question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Gaur Vilas Prabhu. My Danvat pranams to you all. Glory Sister Prabhupada. Prabhu, very
Hare
grateful
Krishna.
to you for such a wonderful explanation, Prabhu. Very nice. Thank you so much. So, Prabhu, I've got a couple of quick questions from the translation of 9.4.67. Of course, there are 4 instead of 5 liberation. There are 4 types described. Sayujya, of course, devotees are not interested. But my first question, Prabhu, is what is the difference between Salokya and Samipya? I can understand, Prabhu, Salokya means where, in the same loka as Krishna, and Samipya means we are in association with Krishna one-on-one. Samipya, uske saath hote hain. Lekin, does that not mean that Salokya, when we are on the same loka, obviously we are with Krishna. So what's the difference, Prabhu? And then I'll ask second question. Hari Bol.
We may be on the same land as Narendra Modi ji is staying, but if those who are in India. But I cannot claim that I am very close to Narendra Modi. So in Vaikuntha, there are some devotees who are there, but they don't have that intimate association with the Lord. They are little at a distance serving the Lord. So there is also some, difference in the intensity of devotion in Vaikuntha. Although they are all liberated beings, but still there is a difference. In fact, it is described that even in Vaikuntha, there are two types of mukti. Prem Sevottar Mukti, Sukha Aishwaryottar Mukti. Those people, those devotees who achieve Vaikuntha by practice of Jnana or Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti. They have Bhakti which is mixed with Jnana. They may also be promoted to Vaikuntha, but their level will be, they'll be interested more in peace and they'll be satisfied with the opulence, but they will not be so much attached to seva. Prema seva is not there. They'll serve the Lord, but that intensity is not there. So it depends on the different levels of devotees, what they will get in Vaikuntha. Okay.
Got it, Prabhu. Got it. So that means a person who is Salokya may not be Samipya, depending on his intensity of.
Yeah.
So Prabhu, second question is Sarsti. Sorry, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, can I ask the second question? Mataji, Hari Bol.
Yes, Prabhu, you can.
Okay.
If it is related, you can finish. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, it's related. It's all only for the liberation. So Prabhu, if you can expand on Sarsti Muktis, we know it's all opulences, but all opulences only Krishna possesses, and then we might be having all, but then it is infinitesimally small. But I'm little vague on Sarsti. If you can expand, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I'm also not so much sure about what all opulences the devotees they possess. Of course, many things they are same, but none of the devotees claim that, okay, I am also same with Krishna, Lord Vishnu, so what's the use of serving Vishnu? In Vaikuntha, everybody is having 400 forms. Everybody has their personal planes, beautiful wives. They have beautiful homes there, but they are only interested in serving Krishna. They are not affected by the Rajogun. Vaimanika salalana charitani shashwat gayanti yatra shamalam shapanani bhartu antarjalenu vikasan madhumadavina gandhena akhandita dhyapyanilam shipanta. Their intelligence is not disturbed by the Rajogun. So the opulence of Vaikuntha doesn't disturb the consciousness of the Vaikuntha-vasis. That is the underlying principle. What amount of opulence is there? That is not so much heard of, but they are, whatever opulence they have, that doesn't disturb them from their devotion unto Lord Vishnu. Of course, that few things are only with Lord, that is Srivatsa and Kaustuba, only Lord has, nobody else has. Apart from that, all the devotees, all the Vaikuntha-vasis, they have Vasanti Yatra Purusha Sarve Vaikuntha Murtaya. They all have 400 forms. They all have their Shankha Chakra Gada, Padma. Lord shares all his opulences. And he's not insecure. Ki mera post chala jayega. It's like when Rukmini was kidnapped by Lord Krishna, and she is seeing all the kings coming to attack Krishna. Jarasandha, Shishupal, and all the other envious kings are there, and Rukmini becomes fearful. Lord speaks such a wonderful verse. Prahasya Bhagavanaha ma bhaisma vamalochane vinangshat adhunaiva tavakai shatravambalam. He says, Lord smiled. Seeing Rukmini in distress and anxiety, he smiled. Prahasya, he smiled and he said, "Oh, beautiful-eyed one, please do not fear. Ma bhai, no, do not fear. Because Vinangshati, very soon your army will destroy these armies. Tavakai Shatravam. Your army will destroy. So Acharyas, they give commentary that Lord is ready to share all his opulences and he's not an insecure God. So what all opulences? That is a detail that I'm not so much aware of. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. So even I was thinking, Prabhu, even the three qualities, Venu Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, and Prema Madhurya is also exclusively with Krishna. No one else has got these three. So, but anyway, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for elaborating. My Vandan to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I request Radha Jyoti Mataji, you can ask your question.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna and my humble obeisances to you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances at dust of a lotus feet, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, you mentioned about the knowledge that through which on working on it, we will get the realization. So here is my understanding, please correct. Through knowledge, we understand that what we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do. Through that attitude, we serve. And when we keep that service pure and please Guru and Vaishnava, if Lord is merciful, then we get realization. Is this correct?
Yes, Mataji. By our service and our intentions, the knowledge becomes realization. Otherwise, it will just remain a piece of information. It will not transform our heart. So service in a right attitude, right mood, attracts the mercy of the Lord, attracts the mercy of the devotees, and that transforms the heart of the practitioner. That is very important.
Okay. So Prabhu, this knowledge is nothing but a doorway. Like it's an open door for realization. We can say that, right? It's the starting point where we can go ahead for the realization. Like without knowledge, there is no point that will be. Say my question is, say if we talk
In
about
Krishna consciousness, I understood. In Krishna consciousness, means and the end are the same. In other paths, the means and the end are different. In Jnana Marg, the path of Jnana is tapasa, brahmacharyena, shamena cha, damena cha, tyagena, satya, shaushabhyam. All these are the limbs of Jnana. Cultivation of knowledge, austerity, sense control. After a Jnani becomes Brahman realized, after merging in Brahman, all these things, they are given up. Ashtanga Yogi does all the 8 limbs. After achieving his goal, he gives up all these 8 limbs. But for our devotee, the means and the end are same. One time somebody asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, what will you get by chanting Hare Krishna? Prabhupada said, more chanting. What we will get by the knowledge of Krishna consciousness? More chanting, more knowledge, more faith. And by that faith, we will develop more knowledge, and that knowledge will increase our faith more. So it is not that we have to give up this knowledge at certain point of time. After we pass through this knowledge, then there is some other knowledge we'll get. No, the knowledge of Krishna consciousness will remain the same. Our sambandha gyan will remain the same. It will just become more and more deep-rooted. It will evolve more, but the basic things will remain the same. This knowledge helps us to become more and more advanced, more and more attentive, more and more alert, aware. As one time, one devotee said, Prabhupada, if you are saying that you can't understand Krishna, why you have written all these books? Prabhupada said, just to make you understand that you can't understand Krishna. But that does not mean we'll not understand anything about Krishna. Of course, we can't understand Krishna. But Just like the birds, they fly in the sky according to their capacity. A devotee tries to know about Krishna as per his capacity. Tathapi kirtayamyanga yathamati yathashrutam kirtir harir swam satkartum giram anya abhida asati. Maitramani says, although the Lord's qualities are unlimited, but still I'll try to glorify as per my capacity, whatever I have heard, whatever I have realized. So we have to understand this. Get the knowledge. That knowledge is Ishwar Gyan. That makes us more and more attracted to Krishna. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. There is a
Mataji, can I ask
comment.
one question?
You can wait, Mataji. There is a comment in the chat, Prabhuji. Rohini Shetty Mataji says, telling as the Purushottam month entered yesterday evening, I worried that I hadn't served enough for the bonus month, which will now occur after 3 years. When you said that Krishna appreciates our consistency rather flashes of devotion was encouraging. Thank you, Prabhuji. So there is a, so the Sunil Prabhu has shared the verses. Okay, Mataji. So you have another question, you can ask Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Prabhuji, you mentioned about the Vidura. So my question to you is, he was pure devotee and he was constantly in touch with a non-devotee, that is Dhritarashtra, who was not in his senses also. So how he practiced his Krishna consciousness being with a non-devotee who were exactly opposite?
He was not in touch with Dhritarashtra. He was not in touch with Dhritarashtra constantly. He would give instructions to Dhritarashtra. He was not taking instructions. He was not associating. He was not taking association of Dhritarashtra. He was giving his association to Dhritarashtra. So we have to ourselves understand what is our capacity, how much we can enter material world, how much we can handle non-devotees. So everybody is different. Just like few devotees, they went to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, please give us your blessings. We want to go and do book distribution in nightclubs because that's where people are. Prabhupada said, okay, but make sure you come back also, because that association is so very powerful. So Viduji was not taking his association continuously. He would go instruct him, but Dhritarashtra would never listen. So that's how it is. We have to be careful.
When one goes to an astrology, is not that going to break our faith or will cause and damage to our chanting attitude?
Sorry, astrology. What's the question?
Say one goes to an astrology, will that not interrupt our faith or damage our faith?
Of course, that will damage our faith. So what's the question?
Because when devotee goes to an astrology, the faith is damaged.
Why devotees have to go? Devotees don't have to go to astrologers.
Because
only for marriage purposes it is okay. If a devotee goes to astrologer, see, this is a 1 hour answer. This question is 1 hour answer. So in short, Prabhupada never encouraged astrology. Devotees, they should not go to astrologers and ask, what is my bhavishya? Because astrology can tell about our karma. By practice of bhakti, karmic accounts are destroyed. Not for pure devotee, for every sadhaka who has pure faith. Pure faith means Krishna is God and I want to serve him only. That is pure faith. With this pure faith, if somebody starts chanting, that one chanting destroys all the karmic reactions. Ajanvil's karma was destroyed just by one chant, one name. That too without faith. That too he was calling his son. That too at the end of his life he chanted. What if somebody chants with faith throughout his life, trying to serve the Lord? Will his sinful reactions not be destroyed? So if somebody goes to astrologer thinking that, okay, let me understand what is my karma, that doesn't make sense. Whatever happens in the life of a devotee, it is not according to the karma, it is according to Krishna's desire. Krishna orchestrates the life of his devotee. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was a big astrologer, yes, but he gave up all his astrology because he found it is of no use. So therefore, we have to understand this principle. If we are going to astrologers and trying to do what they are saying, worship this devta, do this puja, we are risking our faith, because Krishna will make our faith strong in that devta. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhaya architam ichchati tasya achala shraddha tameva vidadhamyam. 7.22, Krishna says this. If we go to some devta, Krishna will make our faith in that devta strong. And then we will not go to Krishna in our difficult situations. Some devotees, they gave this logic that don't trouble Krishna for all these petty things of our life. Go to Krishna for Krishna prem. For solving the problems of this world, you take help of these devtas. And then you worship Krishna nicely. Just like when you are sick, you go to doctors. It is not the same. Going to doctors and going to devta is not the same. Because when Daiv comes, our faith gets divided. Our faith is not divided when we go to doctors, because that is the material endeavor. When we go to devtas, our faith gets divided. So we are risking our faith when we are going to devtas. For devotees, their protector is Narasimhadev. We have to go to Narasimhadev for all our problems. Of course, Krishna is for Krishna prem. That's why Krishna is manifested in the form of Narasimhadev to give protection. And worship of Narasimhadev is completely under Gaudiya purview. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written 5 verses in his Navadip Bhava Taranga. That is in Navadip Mahatmya. And in that, he describes how a devotee should go to Krishna and ask for Gauranga Bhakti, ask for Bhakti to Radha Krishna in Navadvipa. Ei dushta hridaya kamadire puchaye putinati pratishtha shatya sadare hridaya shodhanara krishnera vasana narsimha charane more ito kamana. We have to pray to Narasimhadev to free us from kama and give love for Krishna. So that is what we have to understand. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, eternally grateful to you, Prabhuji, for all the answers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this very, very wonderful session. If there are no questions or comments, maybe we can end here, Prabhu, with your permission.
Thank you.
Vansha kalpatarubhyascha Ananta Koti Vaishnavendra ki jai. Sadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Santra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaur Vilas Das Prabhuji ki jai. Jai Gaur
Hare
Premanande.
Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna.
Nityananda.